Good morning, my friends. Today is Friday, September 11th, 2020. Um, it is difficult to talk about freedom. It's difficult to talk about being fearless. It's difficult to talk about paying the price for what we have without thinking about what happened 19 years ago today. I remember clearly where I was. I was taking a break from chiropractic and I started teaching at a community college in Lafayette, and it was the first week of classes, and it was on the TV, and we decided as a group, because we hadn't heard anything from the administration, just go ahead with classes and talk about it and be available for the students. 20 years ago, gosh, I was 43, so I'd have been 44 at the time. No, 34. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was a young puppy then. Um, 34 years old, trying to put some perspective and calm the fears of 30 to 50, 18, 17, 18-year olds. That was an interesting, it was a very interesting day. And the title of this post is Fearless Friday. I had some other ideas, and I realized when I was putting the date in what actually today was. Not that I had forgotten, but it's 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm still starting my coffee. But I can't talk about being fearless today in the context of what happened 19 years ago today, especially when we have the stories of the airplane that they failed to fully hijack, and the passengers commandeered and took over the cockpit, and they ended up crashing into the field in Pennsylvania. That plane, it seems to be, was headed for the White House. But those people knew that they were probably going to die anyway. They had a high likelihood of dying anyway. But they decided to set their fear aside and to change the plans of the hijackers and to have a different outcome than what was planned. That's really being fearless, is stepping up, not because you have no fear. It's stepping up because you have the fear and you want to change the outcome of what you fear. So they were afraid of dying. I mean, everybody's afraid of dying. But they were also trying to prevent more destruction by um, overcoming that fear of dying and preventing the catastrophic fear that would have happened if a jumbo jet had slammed into the White House after the Pentagon was struck, after the Twin Towers were struck. So that's true fearlessness. In a contemporary setting, though, overcoming current fear in 2020 is going to start with getting over ourselves. It's going to start with getting over our preconceived notions about what other people should think, trying to make them think and look and act like we do. Start feeling where they're coming from, not in a patronizing way, but in a sincere "I love you" way. To realize, regardless of what your skin color is, you don't know what anybody else, same skin color, same cultural background, same heritage, same ethnic group. It doesn't matter, same or different. You don't know what that other person's going through. And as Ecclesiastes says, nothing new under the sun is going on. If you look back to the race riots in the 1960s, um, we didn't solve that problem. We just kind of put a band-aid on it and pushed it back in, and now we're paying the price again. And we need to solve this problem. We need to work on it. We need to get it resolved in a way that we can go forward, not in the seesaw way that cultures have done in the past, where one group wins and they push down the other, and then the other group gets strong and wins and pushes down the previous, and it's a seesaw back and forth. That's not the way to go forward. That's the way to stay still. We need to resolve the issues. We need to heal the wounds. We need to go forward into a stronger, better, better way. I am not deluded into think that we can create the kingdom of God on earth. That is not something that I'm convinced we can do. However, we can practice like we are in the kingdom of God by loving, giving, and serving other people out of our abundance for the sake of loving, giving, and serving. We can do that now. Not everybody's going to get it. Not everybody's going to agree with it. It's not going to be a perfect world, but we can do our part to make it as perfect as possible. Interesting times we live in. Looking back, about every 60 years, these things happen. And today, especially today, September 11th, is a day of remembrance for those that decided to step up and step out and present further damage. And then the resulting things. I mean, we're going to argue about the what was going to happen after that. That's not the point of this. We had a few good women and men that stepped up and changed the plans of a few terrorists, and that's Fearless Friday. That's what it is. Oh, I could draw a lot of correlations between interrupting dastardly plans and chiropractic, and fearlessness requires being connected and all that other fun stuff of overcoming and readapting to the stresses around us. But you know what? I'm just going to leave it at that. I already said too much. Those women and men on that airplane, they weren't serving in uniform. We didn't know who the enemy was, but they knew there was an enemy that had already done some very bad things and were looking to do some even more bad things, and they overcome their fear of personal death. They overcame their fear of greater damage to do something. Didn't mean the fear went away, they just overcame it. The martial arts, when you deal with joint locks and you deal with jiu-jitsu and aikido and those kinds of arts where you put people into joint locks, arm bars, head locks, shoulder locks, those kinds of things, 99 times out of 100 the escape is through the pain. In life, 99 times out of 100 the next step in your life is through the fear. I'm not the first person to say that. I'm not the first person in this generation to say it. It's been said for thousands upon thousands of years. So if something in your life is causing you fear, take a look at it. Ephesians 4 tells us to stop thinking in old ways, renew our mind, put on new ways of thinking. So if something you have in your life is causing you a lot of fear, rebuke the sin part of it, rebuke the bad part of it, rebuke the untruth part of it, and then dance with the good parts of it and see where it takes you. Anyway, love you guys. Have a great weekend. I'm going to be in a conference. I've got 3 sessions to speak on this weekend. It's becoming quite fun to share my conviction and passion about chiropractic to my brothers and sisters in the profession. And looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun weekend. So see you guys. Have a great weekend. Love you. PureCarnado.com, 864-715-2225. Make sure you tell somebody about us. Preferably somebody upstate so they come and use our services so we can show them what chiropractic truly can be for them and their family. Take care. Bye-bye.